Okay, we're going to kick off the Town of Lloyd regular meeting for November 19th, and we'll start with Councilperson Frano lead us through the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, we have a pretty packed agenda tonight. We're going to start with, we still have the public hearing open for the preliminary budget. Is there anybody here to speak on the preliminary budget? Okay, if not, we'll move forward, and there's a resolution later to close it. So I'll wait to the resolution. So we'll move forward to the town board liaison report, and we'll start with Council Member Guerrero on Zoning Board of Appeals.
All right, DBA on the 13th of November.
You might, yeah,
Okay, I had to switch them around.
you got it.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. On November 13th, the ZBA board meeting, James Stewart was seeking an area variance for a house he purchased, and there was an existing barn on the front of the property, and they mitigated, it's high up on a hill, so they mitigated to block the view from its neighbors instead of taking it down. And so they decided to plant some trees, and he's going to go back for a public hearing. Okay, and that was at Fieldstone Court, number 11. And then the public hearing for Ohioville Road. There was three landowners owned this one piece of property, and they wanted to subdivide it to build 3 houses, and they had some area variance setback, and they figured out, they did a wraparound so they wouldn't have a flag lot, which John did a good job going through that. And then there was the public hearing for Lockhart Lane, 1 Lockhart Lane, and it was applicant is seeking an area variance for 0.07 acre relief from minimum acreage required to have 4 family dwelling on R1/4 zone. And they had plenty of parking, and it was approved. And that was it.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have questions for Mike? Okay, Tiffany, you want to give your couple?
For beautification, the scarecrows are down. We're half decorated for the upcoming holidays, and tomorrow Frank will finish doing the roping and the lights. So we should be fully decorated for the upcoming holiday season by tomorrow. And for school, kind of quiet again. They're down to 1 meeting a month. It was a short meeting last week, so I don't really have much to report. One thing that I do want to bring up, though, is that the school has on numerous occasions put out different workshops that are actually pretty valuable, I think, to the students and the parents, and they are very poorly attended. The last one a couple weeks ago was a vaping workshop, and it was super impressive. They had a mock bedroom set up, and again, really impressive, but just the lack of attendance was really disheartening. So if you are a parent in the school district and you see that these schools are hosting these workshops, please attend them. They're not doing it for fun. They are doing it for educational purposes.
Good. Any questions for Tiffany? Okay, we'll move forward to, mine, ECC, I did not attend the meeting Monday. Apparently there was a late agenda, and then somebody got stuck on the bridge, so I didn't make it here either. So I have nothing there. We'll move to Councilman Frano with events, fire district, and lighting.
Okay. The last event of the year is December 5th. That is Light Up the Hamlet.
December 12th, Jim.
December 12th, excuse me. I got a poker game on the 5th. Yeah, I got that. I'm thinking I got something else on the 12th to 6 p.m. The ambulance, they're over. I didn't get the report because quite honestly, it didn't do it much good to do any analysis. There were over 200 calls. They're showing the way it's being reported under this new system. Some calls were 45 minutes, and we absolutely know that that was not 45 minutes. But then when you look at the average response, it was down to 4 minutes and 4 seconds. So the report, there's some glitches as they change over to the county system. So Carl is working on that, and hopefully we'll get a report that really is meaningful and makes sense.
So you're saying that the 45-minute call was not a 45-minute
It
call?
was not, no, and it's for some reason it's calculating from time of dispatch to arrival at the hospital, and it's losing time at the scene. We're measuring time at the scene,
Right, we measure to the scene, right?
but it doesn't do that with all calls, only certain calls. So the report, I just said, fix the report.
And remember, we're switching to the county system now, since the county now has our
Right.
contract.
So they have a little transition pains there.
Hopefully they'll get it right for next month.
So that's the ambulance fire district. They were very busy in October. They had 53 alarms. Average firefighters per call was 11. Highest was 23. Total number of apparatus responses was 113. Firefighter hours for alarms, 418. Hours for meetings, 46. Hours for training, 174. And miscellaneous, 265. So the month of October, we got 903 volunteer hours. The commissioners meeting the other night, they're concerned with the hydrant testing, the number of hydrants that are being tested. That's been an ongoing, it seems like it's fixed, and then, these are not the right reports. So Adam I guess he's away. And when he gets back, we're going to get
I know he just tested 48 last week up in Bridgeview.
Yeah, but we don't have the reports, and they're trying to coordinate his testing with this report that they have to file that affects homeowners insurance, because it determines the rating.
Have they sat down with him and showed him what they wanted?
We sat down about 4 months ago, and it looked like it was okay, and now it's not okay. So when Adam gets back,
Okay.
Chief Dimitro, myself, we're going to sit
Okay.
down with Adam. And they're playing a little hardball. That's not really hardball, but they haven't paid the hydrant rental, the $15,000 fee. So I don't know if they're holding us hostage.
No, we'll send an invoice. I'll call them.
Right.
They
So,
shouldn't hold that up.
but you
I'll
know,
call them tomorrow.
and let's see. So that's the fire district. The pavilion, unfortunately, we had more vandalism. We had to, I'm assuming kids destroyed a exterior outlet, broke the conduit, so we had to get Braggs in there to fix that. I was over there today. One of the bathroom locks again got trashed, so the sooner we can get the cameras up in there. The Wi-Fi is installed, so
Yep.
we need to get the cameras in there. And for some reason, the middle bathroom they don't like, because that's the one always the locks get destroyed. I don't know how many locks I've changed so far. I'm getting very good. That might be my new job, locksmith.
All right.
I'm getting very good at it. And there's a couple of odds and ends that need to be done. The one heater, I think the heaters are here. We got that 2 of them were defective. They have to get swapped out. I think I could probably do that with no problem. Famous last words. Make sure the breaker's on. And otherwise, everything looks pretty good over there.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right.
Nothing
And I
on,
don't
nothing
know,
on lights?
lighting, I'm happy to say right now, Central Hudson's been extremely either they're must be very slow because they're very responsive. I mean, a matter of 3-4 days, or
Good.
sometimes it takes 3-4 months. But any issues that get surfaced, the last couple ones have been 3 days, 4 days.
Well, today for a light by the library on Elting's Place. I haven't sent it into Central Hudson yet. They didn't have a poll number for me, so I'll run over there and get a poll number.
All
It's
right.
the light, the first street light after the library on the way to the church. It says
Just
very
going that
dark
way.
down there.
Okay.
I'll try to get that.
All right. Anybody have any questions for
Now,
John?
and one last thing on the pavilion. I know we had a lot of volunteers that donated materials, donated time. The garage door was $5,800. So there's about 12, 13 names. I have to get them all together. We wanted to do a plaque, a third plaque. So I don't know if we need a resolution. Should be no more. I think the last plaques were like $1,300, something like that. So I'd like to get that done and get that finished because some
So,
people.
so get the estimate and then we'll bring them in next month.
Okay, all right. Well, I already, timely
workshop.
called me back today at 3
Oh, okay.
o'clock. He said it's not going to exceed 1,400.
Okay, so we'll do a resolution at the workshop.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's it.
Okay, Mr. Akmundi, Planning Board, Rail Trail, and Landing Park.
Highland Landing. We had cleaned everything out so they could have their art show. So put everything back in there. You didn't put it in place yet, did you? All right, so that the cabinets down there still need to be put in place, but they're all back in there. Mr. Alfonso installed a defibrillator down there. It's in the hallway. When you open the door off the porch, it's right there in front of you. So that was purchased by the town.
Yep.
Right? It came out of general. So that's more or less it. Everything down there is pretty
Yeah, I think
good.
we purchased two of them, one for there and one for the pavilion. That resolution was,
Yeah.
three of them.
Three of them.
Three.
Okay, that was a couple months ago we did that, yeah.
Yeah.
So they came in, that's good,
Yeah.
thank you.
So the docs are not out yet, but that has to happen next week. So one way or the other, I'll get the docs out or I'll get somebody to help me.
Hey, on the, at the landing, could you also check, there's a bench that somebody actually called Wendy's office the other day, said they need a
Postage
plaque.
Point
Yeah,
again.
it's been 2 years. I
Yeah.
mean, they've been trying to get a plaque and we just ordered the damn
Oh.
plaque. It's,
I-
should never wait 2
I-
years.
I don't really think it's been that long, but we won't
Told.
discuss that.
Okay,
I will call them again tomorrow.
okay, thank you.
Tomorrow morning. That's all I can do. All right, that's as far as the landing goes. The planning board at their regular meeting, it was a subdivision on 111 South Street, 4-lot subdivision. That was approved. Dale Farms LLC lot line revision 112 and 114 South Street. That was approved. Barrett Harris special use permit 30 Grand Street. That's been going on for quite a while. It's about an apartment that was in the house when he bought it. So everything got straightened out. He did whatever he had to do. That was approved. And 6 Christopher Avenue, short-term rental. That was approved. And that's about it as far as the planning board. The rail trail. Right now, things are sort of up in the air and what have you. Got a few things going on. We've discussed maybe some sort of solar lighting for inside the tunnel where all of the murals are. So Richie and I have talked about that a little bit. We got to get together and, find out if we can get solar panels with enough wire. No, the batteries. Well, we knew that going in, but we didn't buy the batteries, so they were bought for us. So, we have to try to find some sort of solar panels with enough, wire to get into where you put the light, because they have to be outside. So, And that's actually more or less about it. Anybody have any questions?
Any questions for Lenny?
No?
Nobody?
Okay.
Okay. All right, thank you, Lenny. Thanks, everybody. Okay, we'll move forward to old business. And just wanted to bring this up. So at the December meeting, based on all the budget work, we did update the town fee schedule. And as it gets pointed out to us, that it goes into effect on January 1st. So we'll try and adopt that into the December meeting. So we can send that out to everybody with the updates, with what the updates are. It's a couple minor ones in rec that we talked about, and then there's the water sewer that we talked about to balance out the budget. So it shouldn't be anything beyond that. Couple for inspections, but nothing major. But we should get that adopted because it goes into effect December 1st, and it matches with the budget. Okay. Any other questions on that or on town fee schedule? Okay, if not, we'll move to new business, and we have Rich Rosa here from the Highland Rotary, and they've been working on a project that they want to propose to the town, which is a bocce court. So Rich, you have to turn that mic on once you get there.
You guys don't know, my name is Rich Rosa from the Highland Rotary.
No, you need to go up and talk in the microphone.
Well, I gotta, you guys need more paper. I can see it.
We got a lot of paper.
Thank you.
Most of you have seen this document.
Thanks,
before.
Rich.
Some of you have not. There's no alarming changes except for the size of the units. So what we have done is we were proposing to build a bocce ball court that would be 40 by 60 feet.
Is that on?
I don't know. Yes, 60 feet, 60 feet long. When we first started this, we were going to go 90, but we shortened it up a little bit so that way you have the ability to be able to put two back to back at some point. So what I'm down here for today is just to try to get your permission to be able to go forward with the construction of this thing. Our next step would be obviously the engineering, get Patty Brooks to kind of spot it on the site so that way everybody's happy with the location. So that way it doesn't interfere with the baseball field and it works hand in hand with the existing pavilion. Okay. So you guys got to say nice and say, go ahead, go. Do it. I'll do it.
Well, hold on.
Rich, are you gonna have
I-
lights too? You gotta put in lights also?
Yeah, the bocce ball courts, as far as the underground stuff, we have a little help coming in from the highway department and I have some resources myself. So we'll get that in place. The big part of it, the structure, to be able to put a roof over it, because we were planning on putting a canopy. That's the part that we have to work with you guys to find out exactly what the details are. Shingle roof, metal roof, maybe a little something detailed in the center of it to match what you have existing, that kind of stuff. So we have to get through that. Then the big stuff would be the financing. We're going to probably do some fundraising on ourselves for Rotary. We're going to put up some money for ourselves, Rotary. Maybe some grant stuff, but it's going to be a fairly large job.
Yeah.
So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But so
Said that it does not interfere with the baseball field?
it's correct.
And it's a single court. We're not talking to a single court
It's two courts under one roof.
under one roof.
It's 40 feet wide. They're 13 feet each court. I got 8 feet between them and I got a couple feet on each side so that way you're not getting water on your back in between.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great asset to the town. That's, bring people back in, every little bit.
Right.
helps.
It's super popular in Marlboro right now.
Yeah, I know a lot of people from Highland are going to Marlboro to play, and if you can get the local businesses to get involved in leagues or whatever, it's probably helpful. I mean, that's why you want stuff in the center of town. I just, my biggest fear with anything is always, will it be used, right? I mean, so you
Well,
make sure.
once it's there, I'm sure,
Yeah, no, I have to, but we ought to at the same time start marketing getting the people here, getting leagues here, whatever we have to do.
Now, we do have a lot of local people
Yep.
playing in leagues in Marlboro.
That is correct.
Now, will they be changing leagues, joining
That's
another
up to
league,
them.
or we don't know? Any
I have no
idea?
doubt that you're going to be able to fill this thing up. I
Really?
think that they're still on board with making it the Marlboro Highland Bocce Ball League. So that
Okay.
makes it common to both. So
Right.
they would probably take some of that league play they have there because they're overbooked.
Okay.
Okay.
They have a restriction on teams.
There's what, 30 teams in Marlboro?
They have 3 courts now.
Right.
That's a lot.
Rich, I didn't read this thoroughly.
You going to join, Mike?
Any idea on construction costs?
Wish you could
We haven't
swear.
gotten that yet. We don't know the final design. There's a big difference between metal roof, shingles, that little, depending on all the details. And we've also got to work out a few little things like maybe water on the site or at least electricity, obviously, for lights and stuff like that. So well, there's a few things we got to work
Yeah, I
out.
would think we could come off the panel, do it with a sub panel from the
Yeah, I'm sure you
pavilion.
have every resource you have in that building there.
What
for
what we put
need.
in the ground, there's plenty of power going to the pavilion.
Yeah.
But that panel is full. That 200 amp panel is pretty full.
We'll figure it out.
So we'd have to do a
This-
sub panel.
We're talking some lights, probably be LEDs. If you have 20 amps in that whole pavilion, it'd be a lot.
So what you're looking for us is to let you continue to proceed right now?
Mhm.
And then, I mean, final approval will be when you have the costs and everything done. So that'll
Yeah,
be
my next
year.
step would be obviously to get the engineering part of it done.
Okay.
John Stork is going to do the plans for us. Patty will do Patty Brooks will be doing the site plan, and then we'll present it back to the board and get everybody's blessing. Now I got a working plan, and I can start putting numbers to it.
I'd make a motion. We let them proceed.
Second it.
Discussion. I'd just like to add this. I think it's extremely important that you try to keep the roof of the bocce court sort of intact with the roof that's on the pavilion, so it doesn't look like just something was thrown in there, sort of make it
Yep.
eye appealing.
I know you don't want it to look like a shooting gallery. Yeah. Right?
So, and I also believe that the Rotary is in for some of the initial funding, correct?
Correct.
All right, then we need to go forward from there.
Yep.
And you've already done your due diligence with Richie and everybody else, so we're
Yes.
good.
Yeah, he's going to help out a little bit.
Excuse me? Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. The engineering piece, is that, who's paying for that?
We are.
You're going to cover that?
Mhm.
So right now, there's no cost to the town. We just have to give you the go-ahead to.
Yep.
go
That's what I'm
ahead.
looking for right now.
Okay, so, look, first of all, thanks to the Rotary again, because I know you guys have done a lot in the town, both with the police and fire, the pavilion at the rail trail, and I personally appreciate everything the Rotary does, so thanks for that. Other than that, I mean, I've seen this, I've looked through it before when you showed it to us. I have no other questions. Any other questions?
I have a question. Not that I'm opposed to this at all. I think that obviously bringing something like this is great for our community. And again, you guys do amazing things for us. One thing I would ask to possibly consider is when you do plan projects like this, if you could maybe consider doing like a playground equipment or something for one of our parks, whether it be Tony Williams or Barry Ann or something, just for future projects. If that's something that you
mentioned
guys would
we
consider.
started looking at that. There's a project that we were looking at on the other side of the river, but that's exceeded $1.2 million.
You don't, that's not
No,
pocket
that's a little
change for
bit
you?
beyond our budget,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But we'll work on that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, I think we had a motion.
Motion
We
and a
said
second.
Second.
So all in favor of moving forward?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay.
Thank you for
We'll move
considering.
forward.
Thank you,
and
Rich.
When you're ready,
Thank
bring
you.
it back.
Thanks,
to the board.
Rich.
Thanks, Rich. And thanks to the Rotary again.
Yeah, thank them next Wednesday morning.
Yeah, it's at 7:00. Okay, so we'll move forward. We're to privilege of the floor. Anybody here that would like to address the board tonight? Going once, twice. Okay, then we'll close privilege to the floor and move forward to motions and resolutions. Resolution A is to authorize the payment of vouchers as audited by the audit committee.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion B is to close the public hearing on the 2026 preliminary budget.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, discussion. I do want to bring up a couple points about the budget since we're here, and we didn't get a lot of questions on it. We didn't have much participation in the public sessions. But where we ended up with the budget is we came in under the cap by $1,960.60. And what that means as far as what people actually pay out in tax for a house that's appraised in the $300,000 appraisal, if you're outside the water district, that means you'll actually go down $17 a year. Inside the water district, you'll go up 50, and inside the water storage district 60, and inside 50, and inside the water district alone 31. The interesting thing though is I've actually gone back and pulled some reference houses. So this particular one was assessed at $338K, and they paid $3,589 in real estate taxes in 2022, and in 2026 they'll pay $3,583. So it actually went down $6 over 4 years. So I think with inflation the way it is and costs everything going up, that was a pretty good deal. And a similar one for in the district, inside the water district in 2020, and this house was appraised at $200,000. It was $1,591 in 2020. I'm sorry, $1,605 in 2022, and it's going to be $1,463 next year. So it actually went down. So I think that the board and the department heads and everybody else who works on the budget have done a good job both balancing out, handling all the increased costs, and getting additional revenue in. So I think this board ought to be proud of doing that over the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Any other points anybody wants to make on the budget? Any questions from the board?
Considering the increases that we've seen in insurances and materials, I think it's a very good.
Yeah,
deal.
insurances is probably our biggest
Insurance
increase
is
over
big.
the years. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, if not, then Wendy, you can do a roll call. Well, I got to go to resolutions. C.
You need to do a motion.
I'm
the
on
adoption.
resolution C. We already motioned that, right?
No, not yet.
Okay, so let me get a motion. Resolution C is to approve the adoption of preliminary budget as amended as the final 2026 budget. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, we'll do a roll call, Wendy.
Brano,
Yes.
Slavchek,
Yes.
Akmodi,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Rizzo.
Yes.
Okay, so we have our budgets passed and we can move forward. And you send that up tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow
Okay.
morning.
Okay, resolution D is to appoint Abigail Seward as youth basketball director for Town of Lloyd Recreation and Basketball at a stipend of $600 at the recommendation of Frank Alfonso.
Motion.
Second.
Question.
Yeah.
Isn't Frank, this is a town recreation program.
Yeah.
And how come Frankie's not running it? I thought that was his baby, you know?
What do you mean he is running it? It's just like summer fun where he has counselors run different pieces of summer fun. It's no
'Cause I
different.
mean, this is the first time. I don't
No,
Oh,
we
no,
did
no.
it.
We did it last year too.
year.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's correct.
It's same as summer fun where he hires a counselor to help him or a sports director, etc.
And just to elaborate a little bit, Mike, what's different with this is, I'm sorry. What's different with this is Frank's program was great. It was, I think maybe like an hour and a half or something. This actually goes from 9 to maybe 2:30, and it's divided up. They essentially have games at the end. They have playoffs. All of our coaches are volunteers, and it's divided by groups. And so they go around different centers learning the skills, and then they create teams, and then they have all these mini games. It was really successful last year. I think we you know, you
over
got a lot
200
of,
you had over 200
we
kids.
had over
last year,
200 kids last
which is
year.
good.
Okay.
So,
Yes, yes.
no, it
Just
was,
asking.
it's a good program.
It's a much bigger program.
Yes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Aye.
Okay, resolution E, this is the funds for postage, and you can see it there. So this is from July 1st to October 31st, 2025, is supported by budget, and you can see the costs for postage in there. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay, resolution E. This is the resolution for the water easement, and if we have any questions, we can talk them, but let me just read the resolution first. This is the resolution for 3555 LLC water easement. Whereas Highland 3555 LLC received conditional site plan approval on August 28, 2025 for mixed-use residential and commercial development be constructed on lands and controlled by the developer located at 3555 Route 9W, whereas the site plan approval is conditioned on the developer recording an acceptable easement for the town maintained water line on the site in the Ulster County office, and whereas the developer has drafted the proposed easement in the town building department, the town engineers, the town attorneys, and other representative towns have reviewed the water easement to address the issues set forth. And whereas the town desires to approve such easement, now therefore is resolved that the water easement between Highland 3555 LLC and the town of Lloyd annexed hereto as Exhibit A, be and same by hereby is approved. The town shall execute all required documents to facilitate the filing, after which the developer shall file the same with Ulster County Clerk's Office and provide a copy of the filed document to the town. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any discussions? Okay, no discussions, and we'll do a roll call on it, Wendy?
Reno,
Yes.
Slavchek, Akmoody,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Rizzo.
Yes.
Okay, next is for resolution G, and I'm not going to read all 3 pages of this.
No, you can just do the resolution and all the
Yeah.
rest of it is the actual,
Right.
The
It is the
actual
actual
agreement,
development
yeah.
agreement, so it's also for 3555 LLC. And again, the resolution is, whereas Highland 3555 LLC received conditional site plan approval on August 28th, 2025 for mixed-use residential and commercial development to be constructed on lands owned and controlled by the developer located at 3555 Route 9W. Whereas pursuant to, in accordance with said approval, the developer is obligated to design, construct, and install potable water main and appurtenances connecting to the town-owned water mains located at Roberto Drive and New York State DOT Route 9W in accordance with all applicable federal, state, and local laws, including but not limited to New York State Department of Health standards and Town Lloyd's engineering specifications. And whereas the town and its planning board require a bond or other sufficient security to ensure the prompt and faithful construction of said improvements made part of said approval, and whereas the town and the developers desire to enter into agreement to memorialize the obligations of parties and contained in the site plan, and developers drafted in the town building department, the town engineers, the town attorneys, and other representative towns who have reviewed the developers agreement to address the issues set forth above. A copy which is annexed hereto as Exhibit A. The developers agreement shall be utilized by all parties to facilitate the improvements and other conditions required by the planning board's approval. Whereas the town board desires to approve such agreement, now therefore it's resolved as follows: the agreement by and between Highland 3555 LLC as developer and the town of Lloyd, annexed hereto as Exhibit A, be and same by hereby approved, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to sign said agreements. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes.
Slavchek,
Yes.
Akmoody,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Rizzo.
Okay, and the details of the agreement are in the next 3 pages. Okay, we'll move forward to resolution H, and this is to set a public hearing for local law F of 2025. What's that? Oh, at a regular meeting of the town board of the town Lloyd held at Town Hall, 12 Church Street on 19th day of November at 7 p.m. Whereas the local law being proposed is local law F 2025, a local law amending the town of Lloyd zoning code, section 100-39 to revise the section to regulate the installation of solar energy facilities throughout the town to promote the public health, welfare, and safety within the town of Lloyd. Whereas the town board has determined that this is an unlisted action under the New York State Environmental Review Act, and part 1 of a full environmental assessment form has been prepared on behalf of the town board. There being no other involved agencies pursuant to sequence, the town board intends to act as lead agency to do all the necessary reviews. The town board desires to hold a public hearing with respect to this adoption. Now therefore be it resolved, the public hearing will be held by the town board with respect to the adoption at the town hall on 17th day of December at 7 p.m. It's further resolved that the town clerk is directed to publish and post the notice of said public hearing in accordance with this law. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Discussion? Let me just highlight what the changes are, because the reason we are doing this is we had a meeting, our tri-board meeting in August, where we knew we wanted to change this, and we talked through it with all 3 of the boards. And most of the changes are simple, but it's one of them is the old code, you had a maximum of 1,000 square feet of roof panels. The new code allows up to 2,000 as a combination between between ground mount and roof in agricultural zones, not in residential. And then in commercial, the new language allows for an expedited review of special use permit, which means when the planning board gets the application, they can set the public hearing for the following month instead of waiting a month and then setting the public hearing. So what they're really doing is saying these are all the same since they're commercial, and if the application is complete, the planning board could set the public hearing. It doesn't say they have to do it. It just says it's a quicker way to move solar forward. Delete and add. Old code had the panels installed at the same angle. The new code lets them install them at a different angle if it can improve efficiency. And the old code, the lot coverage was limited to zoning districts. And in new code, it shall not exceed 60% of the lot. Now, just remember, most of these, any large scale area projects are only allowed in agricultural, light industrial, and design business, general business, and high heavy industry. So it doesn't, it's nothing affecting residential stuff, but we did this because the town of Lloyd is part of the climate smart communities, right? And climate smart communities, this is kind of their models of how they say you should do it to promote the use of solar in town. And we get points for it, which helps us get more grants for other climate smart activities. So it made sense to do it. We've been talking about it for a while and didn't want to miss it. So we'll have the public hearing next month, and see what input we can have. So just wanted to make sure I got that out. The board have any other questions for discussion?
I'm good.
Okay, so let's take a vote then on all in favor of setting the public hearing for December 17th. Aye.
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 Any opposed?
5.
No, one opposed?
No, he's aye.
Oh, okay. I thought
Okay. Now resolutions H and I and J and K. What's that? We can do them all at once. She listed these out. These are all the end of year kind of puts and takes by line item in the budget. So you'll see one maybe taken out some amount and the other one putting it back in. And this is all agreed to between the bookkeeper and all the department heads to make sure they have everything in the right budget line going forward. So, what's that?
Yeah, it's not H. I.
Oh.
H was the last one.
Got it. Okay, so I got to renumber. So it's I. So what I'll do then is I'll do I, J, K, and L. Okay, so can I get a motion? Can I get a motion on resolutions I, J, K, and L?
Motion.
Yeah, second. Did I hear a second?
Yes, I second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call, Wendy?
Moreno,
Yes.
Slavchek,
Yes.
Akmoody,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Rizzo.
Okay, and then the next one will be resolution M. And it will be to hire Jill Delicado as a parking enforcement officer part-time for Haviland Road only. This is for pay to park on Haviland Road, not the whole town, at a rate of $20 an hour.
Haviland Road on the 2 parking lots.
Yes,
Just to make it clear.
Haviland Road and the 2 parking lots, correct. So this is to pay to park. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Discussion, yes. What are the hours going to be?
It's going to be, it won't exceed 20 per week, but it'll be probably different every day based on when the majority of the people park
Or
over.
mostly it'll be during the weekend.
During the weekends,
Or
we'd
events.
be during the week, probably a couple hours a day, and then maybe 3 or 4 on the weekends. It depends on the schedule. In the winter, it will be very little because, but we've been pretty successful with this parking program. And Peter's leaving. Peter did it pretty much on a volunteer basis for us. The only other person trained in town is me. So I go out and give out tickets once in a while when I'm bored. So I'll train Jill, and Peter will be around to train her if she needs help also.
Wendy, how much has that generated, that parking up there?
So in the good months, it's generating about $25,000 a month. Yeah,
I think in a budget we have over $120,000.
yeah, yeah.
That's
It's well, I mean, it's not out to hurt people and ticket
No.
people. It's just out to help. So, we'd like to pave that parking lot at some point.
It's
Um,
residents, Lloyd residents.
Your residents
park
are free, as you know. Yeah.
Residents don't pay.
No. And we do the permits for out of towners. And it's $100 a year, up to 2 cars per household, like for Marlboro, and $50 for senior citizens. So I mean, that's $1 a week if they walk once a week.
It took us a lot of time. Learning curve. There was a
It
big
was a
learning curve
big
coming
learning
up
curve in
because we were
this.
getting
I'd go into Dave's office every day going,
Yeah.
I can't do this.
yeah, I was getting a lot of voicemails about how come you gave me a ticket and everything else, and there's not enough signs, but we've pretty much been running smooth now. The machines have been running good, the application's been running good, so it did bring in much more than I ever thought it would.
I know Mazzetti, when he first introduced it, he didn't expect it to be as high as it.
Well, I didn't expect it last year when we approved it to be even close to that, and
It's good.
it's done pretty well. So, okay, any other discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Hey, welcome, Jill.
Welcome, Jill.
Thank you. Okay, resolution M, which will now be N, is this is the supplement for streetscape for Barton La Judas. So it's a project for streetscape improvements in Highland Hamlet in the town of Lloyd, Ulster County, and there's the PIN number, the DOT PIN number. It involves the improvement and construction of sidewalks, crosswalks, using the Americans with Disability Act guidelines, as well as adding wayfinding signage to improve connections between Highland Hamlet and Hudson Valley Rail Trail, now part of the Empire State Rail Trail. And the enhancements will improve the safety, safety, pedestrians, motorists, etc. Whereas the consultant has provided preliminary design, is currently providing detailed design services, will provide the bid phase services as outlined in sections 1 through 7 of the original project scope and supplement agreements number 1 through 2, whereas construction inspection administrative services, requirements of federal funding to receive the appropriate reimbursement through New York State DOT and the Federal Highway Administration. Whereas construction services will be added to the contract under supplemental agreement number 3. Previous completed out-of-scope detailed design will be added. The provisions of the original product agreement and supplemental agreements number 1 through 2 will remain in effect as modified under supplemental agreement number 3. Where supplemental agreement number 3 is for a total sum of $282,404, whereas the project is eligible for funding under Title 23 U.S. Code as amended for calls for a portion of the cost of the program to be borne a ratio of 80% federal and 20% non-federal. Projects not eligible for New York State Marchicelli aid. The town of Lloyd is committed to 100% of the non-federal share of the cost, design, construction, and inspection for the work in accordance with the TAP program. Now, therefore, the town board duly convened does hereby resolve that the town board hereby approves supplemental agreement number 3 for the additional out-of-scope work not included in part of the original agreement, which was in supplements 1 and 2. Resolved and authorized representative of the town of Lloyd is hereby authorized to execute the supplemental agreement number 3, and be it resolved that the resolution shall take effect immediately. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Let me just update this. So this is due to the fact that back in the beginning of the year, we know, like any project that's been in the works for a while, the costs are going to increase. So we went back to DOT, and I think the original grant was like $700,000.
773.
Okay, and now it's, when we went back and got an extra 200, and they had money available, so we went and asked for it and got an extra 200 some thousand. So the costs will go up. So the grant will be like 990,000. So obviously, normally the construction, inspection, administrative are 10% of that. So supplement 2 didn't cover it. So supplement 3 takes it up to that next level. So just wanted to make sure we had a little more info on that. Okay. Any other discussion?
No?
Wendy, roll call, please.
Farino,
Yes.
Slavchuk,
Yes.
Akmoody,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Rizzo.
Okay, and resolution N is now resolution O. And it's to approve this must have been missed in the other section. It's a resolution to approve the following budget amendments to the highway equipment reserve for plow purchase. And you can see the amounts there, subtracting from one account of unexpended and put it into machinery equipment for $87.95. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carried. Any other on the board? If not, can I get a motion to adjourn to executive session to talk about
Motion.
the PVA contract?
Second.
Got it. All in favor?
It was Lenny.
Executive session,
For PVA contract.
PBA.
Me.
Tiffany. Okay, thank you.